Welcome to another edition of Whiskey, Games, and Robot. Today's whiskey is 8-Ball Whiskey. It is a chocolate whiskey. And if you're interested, you can go to their website, 8ballwhiskey.com. I really enjoy this whiskey. I typically will have this in my coffee. In fact, I already got my iced coffee for the morning. And I usually will put one or two shots in with my morning coffee. I've actually drinking this straight before. It is a really, really good whiskey. But it's really, I find that it's best with coffee or even Coke. It's a good mixer with Coke. And today's nerd stuff is Ricochet Robot. I was cleaning through some totes, came across a game that I completely forgot I had, and it's called Ricochet Robot. Premise of the game is pretty simple. You're basically trying to get a robot from one location to another location, bouncing off particular spots. So what will happen is the game board looks like this. This is an older box. The game's been around for about 20 years, and if I recall correctly, Alex Randolph was the inventor of the game. It's a really, really fun game. I've played with this multiple people. I think we've had as many as 8 people playing this before. So basically the premise is you grab these little tokens, you put the token in the middle of the board, and then you're trying to get the red robot excuse me, to this particular spot. Let me go ahead and take a sip. So what would happen is everybody would try and figure out how many spots would it take to get the red robot to there, and you have to go a certain direction, and then you either stop or you'll bounce off the wall. So what would happen is everybody would say in their head, okay, I can do it in this many spots. I can do it in X many spots or moves. And then somebody will call it a number. Usually it's anywhere from 3 to 5. So somebody might yell 5. And then there's a timer that you'd flip over, and everybody would have until that timer comes out to do those moves in 5. So if somebody were just to yell out 5, for example, they're saying that they can get from there to there in 5 spots. So what they do is they have a little token that's here where the robot is, and you'd go 1, and then you would go down to here 2, then 3, we'd go to 4, so you can do 5. If they were to go this way, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you couldn't do it in 5. Now, there may be a move in 5 in this one. I haven't looked at the back of the board in a while. I literally just kind of opened up this box and thought, oh, this would be a cool video. But I'm actually going to keep the game out, so the next time I've got some friends over, we can go ahead and play a couple games. We used to play this quite a bit. And it's a fun drinking game, too. We'd always do the thing where whoever did it the most would have to have a drink. But it's just one of those things where we enjoy, the friends and people I hang out with enjoy the same things. I love whiskey, games, and nerd stuff. So often we'll go ahead and drink as part of our just kind of BSing and talking about stuff. And yes, we do have a group of friends that don't drink, and that's perfectly fine. We don't judge those that don't drink. In fact, those are the ones that tend to do the best when we play poker. Surprise, surprise. But I really enjoy this game. Again, it's called Ricochet Robots. The basic premise of the game is flip over the tokens, and then you need to get the robot from ricocheting off the walls or other robots to that particular spot in as little moves as possible. I may, if there's some interest, go ahead and actually open up the game and do a playthrough on camera if that's something that people are interested in. There are a lot of Ricochet Robot videos on YouTube, just like everything else, so I don't think that I can do anything any better than anybody else does. But if there is interest, I'm more than happy to open this up. This is a game where you can play with one player, which I always like, especially as much as I travel. I tend to be by myself a little bit. But it's also a game that you can play with a group of people, and I've actually found over the years that non-gamers kind of like this game. Now, it does make your brain hurt at times, and it's one of those things where, it just kind of depends on the person. I really enjoy it myself. It's a fun game, and definitely encourage you to kind of pick up if it's something that's interests you, and would love to hear anybody's comments on this game if they like it or not. Please like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and until next time, Cheers.